Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And in the next episode of the beginner series, I'm going to be outlining what a new player can expect a typical month to look like. So you've just started playing the game, it's the 6-month anniversary, or if you're watching this later down the line, it's, July or August, or maybe it's the 1-year anniversary, who knows, in October. I don't know what it's going to look like. However, most of the game will look about the same, and they will have about the same kind of events to drop, with, a little bit of wiggle room because they're introducing new things, but these are the most basic of basics. So if you look at this handy calendar that I made that looks like absolute garbage, so please don't judge me. Let's make it bigger. Okay, so okay, too big. All right, so the month of April 2022. It is currently April 29th, so right here. Currently today. But looking back at the entire month of April, we had on Tuesday the 29th, I think, of March, we had the Earth meta begin. So every month so far, and they have done 7 months worth of roles like this, they focus on a single element. So unlike, Dokkan that drops an int type banner and then the next unit is an AGL, but they're still in the same month, and all the free-to-play units are, STR or tech. Slime doesn't really play that way. They've only focused on one element type a month. So in the end of March and most of April, they were focused on the Earth meta. So every unit that was summonable and the free unit that you can farm up is all Earth. And that's how it is. And then all the events that come out are centered around using Earth teams. And then once the next month comes, on the 24th, once the next meta began, it switched to the space meta. And that is what I am currently almost a week into, is a month focused on space units. Now, there are only 7 typings in the game, and this is the start of the 7th meta. So I don't know how the game is going to look once we are done with the space meta. They could begin rerunning all the previous elements in order that they did from the beginning of the game, or they could switch things up. So I don't know. If you're watching it whenever I drop this video, we'll have to find out. If you're watching this video in the future, hello. Thank you. And also, it'll be interesting to see. You guys will know, because I haven't experienced it yet. But on the beginning of the meta drop, so on this Tuesday the 29th, the meta began. We had the new story quest, which right now is the Ryuzen Contest of Dragons event. Now, technically this is the end of the month's event, based on that calendar. This Ryuzen Contest of Dragons. Last month we had the Training Places event, which I don't know if that's still in the news or not. It is not. Okay, it is gone. But the the Training Places event, I'll probably put it up on screen, was the story event that came with the Earth meta, and it acts the same way, where you have a story quest of beginning, normal, and expert stages, and then once you hit the final stage in expert, you can auto this stage 10 times a day, but you can play all these other ones forever and ever and ever, as long as you want. It comes with total milestone rewards, starting at 0 all the way up to, I think they increased the cap now to 400? Yeah, 400,000. So the more dragon scales or whatever drop that the seed, so it drops dragon scales for clearing it, they're exchangeable items in the shop. Whatever item that may be, you will gain more of it. And then you can just get rewards once you hit certain milestones. And these will generally remain the same. The ores of blankety blank will differ from each meta, but other than that, they will remain the same. Then looking back, we also have the first banner drop, which for the Earth meta was the Hakuro and Benimaru banner. And the first banner of every month, at the start of every meta, it's always the same, where a protector unit and a battle unit come out. So a leader for the new meta and a battle unit for the new meta will drop on the same banner. So it's a double featured unit banner. and they will have a higher rate up than all the other general pool 5-star units. And that's pretty much how it will run. And then a couple days later, and these Tempest harvests are food events. So right now we currently have the Fruit Tempest Harvest event up. So yeah, Fruit Harvest Quest. Those come and go kind of willy-nilly. I put them here on Thursdays. They don't always drop on Thursdays though. They kind of go wonky dates. So these are just kind of placeholders, but they are almost a weekly thing, and they allow you to farm up food that you can feed to your units to increase their bond levels, which I made a separate video on, so go watch that if you don't know what I'm talking about. But these will drop somewhere in the middle of the months. But this quest and this first banner will be going for a week, and then the following week we will get a second banner with a single new meta unit. So this would be the Earth Soe banner right here on Tuesday the 5th for me. They will also drop the Predator Battle, which is attached to the story mode. This Predator Battle coming soon. So this is where you can play 3 times a day, and you would like a Predator Battle in one of the early stages where you are building up that Predator meter and then consuming whatever enemy and getting enhancement skills. That is what this event will do for you. 3 times a day. It will only give you enhancement circles, so the generic ones that you can use for anybody, which is really good because they just updated that recently to do so. And they took a whole lot of RNG out, so that's a quality of life update that previous players don't have to deal with anymore, and newer players are never going to know about. But that will come on the second week alongside the second banner. And also, to go alongside that, we will have the first Heroes Jubilee, which is always a Jubilee Blitz. And that is this game's closest thing that we have currently, as of today, to PvP, where you're fighting an enemy, but you are placing against other players in the server. So I'm on the North America server, and so I will compete against all the other players in the North America server to achieve the highest score combined from a number of different battles. And they consist of 3 normal battles, mostly. 3 normal battles that actually matter. And then 4 boss fights. And the total score you get from each stage will be added together, and whatever number that comes out to be will determine your ranking on the server. That is competitive and fun, and some people can, go ahead and do it once and get out because they don't want to dedicate time to it. There are the sweaty tryhards that stay in that thing for hours upon hours upon hours, grinding out crits, fishing for that perfect orb RNG to get that perfect turn, and they will try and sit up in the top 10 continuously. But that event will come on the second week of each month. And whether or not you play it is totally up to you. I suggest that everyone who starts the game go into the first battle, because it's very easy, and by attempting it, you can get rewards. It's not a lot of rewards, but you can at least get something. And then you can never have to touch it again. And then as you build up your box, as you build up your units, you can then compete in Jubilee. You don't have to have all the new meta units, as many of my members have proven that you can score decently well, up in like the top 50, top 60, without having any of the new meta units. So don't feel discouraged if you haven't pulled or you didn't get lucky on the current banners and you didn't pull them. You can still place well as long as you have a decent team that can output the damage. And then, another Tempest Harvest will come, and that just Jubilee will go on for a week. And then the third week will come, and we will get a third banner, which is where a lot of the grumblings start, because I personally don't want to summon on 3 banners every month, but I have to, because I'm a content creator. I definitely don't suggest that everyone summon on all 3 banners. You can if you want. I ain't your mama, I ain't your daddy. You can spend your crystals how you wish. But as far as value is concerned, 3 banners a month that are all meta units is kind of rough, and I have put in every single Q&A on every single survey to drop the banners and just do this double banner up here, and then combine the second and third banners into a banner to drop around here. That way, you still get 4 new units, but less banners to summon on, and that increases the value of, you know, these units because people want to summon on double banners, just like they want to summon on here. But it's fallen on deaf ears so far. But this third banner will drop, and it will be a pretty slow week most of the time. Sometimes a new event will drop. Sometimes something else will drop that we don't have currently. But typically the third week is pretty slow, and it's because you're sandwiched right after this Jubilee, and then the next week after this third banner is the other Jubilee. So there are 2 Jubilees. There are 2 ranking events every month. One is called Blitz, and one is called Catalyst. And the difference is, the Blitz one, the boss fights are type neutral, so you can take any team in to compete. But then the Jubilee Catalyst is one where it prefers you to use the new meta units. And they split these up based on feedback from the community saying that the first couple of Jubilees were pay to win, because you could only use the new type units for the highest scores, and people who were locked out of the top placings because they didn't summon or didn't get lucky were very upset. So they split it up, which I think is fine. You get the same rewards, just double. So I have no problem with that. But it does mean that for the people who are trying hard, you've tried hard for a week, you get a week off, and then you can try hard again. And then Tempest Harvest again. And then at the end of the month, somewhere, this month was kind of odd because we had the 6-month anniversary fall on the 25th. So they wanted to push a meta out a little bit early, so that's why we didn't have too much downtime right here. And they may have actually moved this banner up to Monday. This might have actually been on the 18th. I'd have to check on that. But then the space meta, a couple days ago, started, and now we are currently here. But it's followed the same way, where the meta began, we got the story quest, which is the reusing Contest of Dragons, and then we also got the first banner drop, which, because it's the 6-month anniversary, they made it a little more enticing, and they made it a triple unit banner between Milim, Veldora, and the Masked Hero. So this was very nice, and they upped the drop rate for 5 stars up to 5%, which I don't know if they'll continue that going forward, or if they will drop the rates back down to 4% afterwards. I hope they keep the 5%, but again, we will see. We also got the new Tempered Edge event, which was a new thing that came out, I think, on the 3rd week of April. So right here in this empty slot where nothing's going on, they dropped the first Tempered Edge stage, which took over one of the old events that they, I think, like, shadow retired, which would be the challenge event, which would kind of be attached to the story, but not really. But this new event is permanent, and it allows you to play a series of battles and get some decent high-level farming, grinding materials for your gear. So platinum hammers, gold hammers, silver and bronze, and then a free weapon. And then you can get, you know, really, really good grinding materials for your gear. This is new. We've only had 2. We had the Earth one come out, and now we've had the Space one come out. And the Space one came out immediately with the start of the meta, while the old one came out the 3rd week of April. So if they continue it, then now the beginning of every meta will have Tempered Edge as well. But that's what a typical month will look like. Again, there are some caveats as to far as days that the updates drop, because you can see, you know, Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday. I'm pretty sure this was Monday, and now this was Sunday. In the beginning of the game, it was all over the place, and then they kind of focused on Thursdays for a while, and then Mondays for a while, and now we're on Tuesdays, and now we're back to Sunday. So the update days can change. So look out for that. But this is generally the basic of basic events outline. So let me know if you guys found this helpful or useful. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you later.